Our membership is very diverse. We have members who are first generation, 1.5 second, even third, ranging in ages from 30s to like over 70. They're from California to New York, everywhere in between. They're somewhere in Korea. But what all members have in common is that they are ready, willing, and able to be engaged as Americans to shape our country's policies and programs for the benefit of our community, but also for this country.
I have very distinctive memories of coming to this country in my very first day, flying into LA airport and seeing the palm trees. And I think I arrived on July 4th, in fact. So it was a very interesting, first day in this country. It was a different world, going to the supermarkets and seeing, piles of things that were really considered less available when we were in Korea. Being Korean American was not necessarily a source of pride when I was 10. And then also just the experience where you're not really seeing people who look like you, who sound like you, who might have shared similar experiences with you in places of power, authority, of importance, I think sort of gets you to a place where you're thinking in some ways that maybe you matter just a little bit less. About having a voice. I never not had a voice at home. It's just that when I left home and we're in the setting of school or other places where I really needed to work to assert a voice because I really thought that authority and leadership belonged somewhere else and not with me. And over time I realized actually I do have a voice and I actually have valuable contributions to make.
Dynamics around how devices get developed is very different from how therapeutics get involved.
I am involved with CKA because I really believe in the mission of CKA. I think, the mainstream media is not interested in hearing from Korean Americans. I think sometimes they just don't know where to go to get that Korean American voice. My vision for CKA, I think we're creating a platform and a mechanism to be the voice, not just the professionals and not just the white-collar workers, but for all Korean Americans. First generation, second generation, third generation, of all generations.
We begin with our market minute. The S&P 500 and Dow declining for a third straight day. 7 out of 10 major S&P 500 groups decline.
I had an aunt who was a fashion designer in New York, and she decided to start her own company. And she did extremely well. And I used to work for her during the summers. She always gave me extra cash, and she let me use her limo on Friday and Saturday night. So I was like an 18-year-old kid with a ton of cash and a limo driver driving me around Manhattan. And I realized, this is a pretty good life, and maybe I should go into business as well.
4277 is 50% retracement of the whole move, from the lows.
And then did some research, and I realized trading involves a lot of money and may give me the opportunity to make money faster than other type of industries.
39 more to go. We'll just give it a little bit of a rest. If we get filled on the beans, we get filled some.
When I was younger, I thought when I made my first million, I'd be drinking champagne and partying someplace. But actually, when it happened, it was extremely humbling because I felt like it was more of a gift to me than something that I earned. When I was a sophomore in college, I became a Christian. And one time at night I was praying, and I just felt like God kind of planted an idea, and that is, if you have a gift of making money, just make as much as you can. Just use it as a tool to do good stuff. So in 1996, I started a nonprofit organization to provide humanitarian aid to the developing world. And the first project we got involved in was donating food and medicine to North Korea. In 1996, they were going through a severe famine. So I went, got involved with a few people and bought some food in China and medicine and railed it into North Korea. Well, I see CKA developing future leaders, and We don't want people who fit in. We have plenty that will fit in, but maybe some more angular leaders too, kind of pushing cultural boundaries, really driving vision and driving policy.
My mom is the big reason I'm in public service. Without her pushing and nagging me, basically, I don't think I would be doing it. It started when I was a freshman in college, and she found a Korean news article and she cut it out, and so she would put this on my desk every day and tell me, Grace, you should apply to this White House internship. So I applied and I got in, and that was my first internship ever and first experience in public service. And when I was in college, I also learned about the North Korean human rights problem, and I had no idea what refugees were. And once I learned about refugee issues, I learned that my own people are refugees. And so when I delved deeper into the issue, I couldn't stand back and do nothing. I felt like it was part of my duty as a Korean American to do something. I think every single opportunity I've had, I'm learning how politics works, how foreign policy is being made, and whatever it is that I've gained from these experiences, I'm going to apply it to helping the Korean people. So in the next 5 to 10 years, I see CKA as an organization that politicians will come to, the president will come to, and ask, what is the Korean American community's needs? What are the issues that you guys all care about? And so I see CKA being a powerhouse in enabling people in our community to rise up and grow and pursue and represent our community in the best possible way at the highest levels of government and in different circles of power in our country.
There was a need that these leaders felt to come together and build a network of Korean Americans who can combine their resources, their networks, their voice to do something for the community at the national level. There was a sense that something like that just doesn't exist in our community. Our members across the board understand the importance of giving back. That it's not the kind of leadership where you made it to the top and you don't really reach down and pull others up with you. It's the opposite. The kind of leadership that we promote, that I think our membership embodies, is leadership that is about giving back and paying it forward to the next generation.